Welcome to Movie Explanation. In this video I am going to explain a story about exciting events of a 6-year-old Alashkov, the youngest hero of World War II. The movie Soldier Boy 2019 is about a Russian family. We see the three family members sitting nearby a river enjoying the time. Alyoshkov, the youngest child, boasts to his elder brother and mother about him being able to reach at the top of a tree. Suddenly, a German fighter jet flies overhead nearby by them. Alashkov's mother warns her kids to hide quickly in the scrub. But Alyoshkov claims that he is not scared and he strikes the jet with a slingshot. To everyone's surprise, when he hits the jets, then it explodes into several pieces. But when he looks around, he finds his mother and his brothers are missing. Meanwhile, Alashkov wakes up scared from the dream and calls for his mother. Just then, someone knocks on his door. Thinking she might be his mother, he rushes towards the door, but she seems to be his neighborhood woman who is in panic. She thanks God for keeping him alive, and informs him that his mother and brother are dead. The little boy denies accepting that his mother and brother are dead. However, he wants to wait them at his home. The woman makes him aware that the Germans have attacked them and that they should run away from that place. While they are talking, some soldiers appear outside. The woman manages Alashkov to escape through the window, but before she escapes with Alashkov, she is shot dead. The little boy runs on his way. Now he is alone without his mother and his brother. As Alashkov runs away, he sees his whole neighborhood burning behind him. He calls for his mother in vain, and runs away from there. After running for a while, he reaches in the middle of the woods. The boy starts to appeal for his mother to come and take him, because he is lost in a lonely place. He spends his whole night in the jungle. In the following morning, the boy drinks water from nearby river. He sees some enemy soldiers passing by the way along the river. The boy feels that they are dangerous for him, so he hides inside tree roots. While he is sitting under a big root of a tree, he sees a snake nearby. Neither he screams nor runs away, although he is scared because the soldiers nearby are more dangerous than the snake. When the soldiers finish eating something sitting on the bank of the river, they leave the place. Alashkov goes to the place and takes the leftover that he eats at night. However, by the end of the day, the little boy is exhausted. He hasn't had a proper meal in 2 days. At dusk, the boy feels exhausted because he hasn't had his meal for 2 days. He has been walking for 2 days knowing not his destination. He falls down when his legs are stiff, however he continues his walking. While walking, he finds some wild berries and devours them hurriedly. Suddenly there is an explosion behind him. The uncertain explosion surprises him. The explosion smoke makes him dizzy and he hallucinates that somebody is approaching behind him. Even in such a severe condition, the boy stands courageously in front of an imaginary man and tells him that he has a rifle, and he claims that nobody can frighten him. He walks few steps ahead but falls unconscious after a while. When he is lying unconscious, 2 soldiers approach him. After this scene, we see Russian army base camp, where Commander Kuznetsov is waiting for his patrol soldiers. Some soldiers appear with a little kid who is fragile and wounded. These soldiers claim that they side on Kuznetsov. The little boy opens his eyes and gives his introduction. The boy shakes his hand with the commander, that makes the soldiers burst into laughter. The soldiers feel affectionate with the boy and circle him around. They give him water and feeds him food. Even the harsh and cruel commander takes care of the boy. Katya, a nurse in the camp, dresses the boy's wounds. She is also enchanted by the personality of the little boy. The boy asks the nurse to draw a tank on his wounds because he wishes to be a soldier when he grows old. Injured soldiers feel happy and relieved when they talk to the boy. The batch and the gun belong to the commander fascinate the boy. The commander replies all the questions the boy asks to him. Even he lets his honorary pistol, taking out all bullets to the boy to play with. A tank is drawn on his stomach, which the boy shows to the commander and boasts being a soldier. The boy is getting healed quickly. Katya requests the commander to let the boy stay with the battalion. The commander denies it because it is risky to keep the boy there. Instead, he wants to send the boy in an orphanage. When the soldiers are free, they love to play with Alashkov. In the entire day, many soldiers visit him on his bed with different food items which are sent to them by their family members afar. They give their binocular to the boy to play with. Days pass. One day, a member of the battalion visits the commander for making a request to let the boy stay with them. The boy is very much affectionate to them and they think the boy is their own son. The heavy pressure of the war is even lighter in the boy. However, the commander is not ready to be sent at the battalion. Instead, for his safety, he is determined to send him an orphanage. The following day, the camp is attacked by enemy soldiers. Many soldiers are severely hurt. Meanwhile, a vehicle from the orphanage arrives there to take the boy. The commander relays the news to the boy and hands a wooden honorary pistol as a souvenir. The boy embraces the commander and he expresses his fear of commander's safety. The commander's heart melts in boy's embrace that makes his mind change. He asks the boy to stay with the other soldiers as his son. That night, the soldiers find a little soldier's clothes for the little boy. All the soldiers are very much happy to have the boy with them. The commander goes to the boy and gives him the clothes. When he wears the clothes, then he walks and runs around having a feeling of a real soldier. All the soldiers call him Little Soldier Boy. As the boy is running around in soldier dress, the Germans make an air attack on the battalion. Some soldiers take the boy to the safe place while the rest fight against the Germans. The number of injured soldiers increases. Alashkov manages water to the thirsty soldiers. One of the soldiers asks the boy to read a letter sent by his family because he can't read because of a bandage over his eyes. In spite of his eagerness to read the letter, the boy can't read because he doesn't know how to read. The boy takes the letter and makes the thing as per the writing. He says that his cow is safe at his house. But the soldier says that he doesn't have a cow. The other soldier tell him to continue the letter and laugh. He reads everyone's letter in the same fashion and makes them happy. In the next scene we see the commander and the nurse Katya talking. Both are affectionate to each other, however neither of them confesses their passion. The scene shifts to the commander and the little boy, Alashkov. The boy talks about his position in the battalion and introduces himself to the commander. Meanwhile, the boy sees one of the stations being destroyed by the attack. Both of them go close to the ruins and the commander teaches the boy to pay honor and respect to dead soldiers in the attack. Another day, Alashkov asks the commander to give him a mission. The commander assigns him to deliver letters to the soldiers. The task is well carried out by Alashkov, and in addition he makes the soldiers cheer and dance for him. With the binoculars, Alashkov moves a little farther the following day. As he is observing the scene with his binoculars, he sees someone's leg moving inside a haystack. He runs fast to the battalion and tells them about the thing he saw inside a haystack. Initially the soldiers are skeptical, however they follow him to the haystack. When they reach there, they find out that the two German spies are hiding there. The soldiers arrest them. Alashkov is highly admired for this task. The commander has already prepared legal documents for the adoption of the boy. He shows the paper to the boy. Now the commander becomes the boy's adopting father legally. Understands the feeling of the commander to the nurse Katya. To repay his kindness, the boy takes the commander, now his adopting father, to the nurse to confess his love. From a distance, the commander sees Katya talking to a different man and mistakenly the commander assumes that she is already in a relationship. German soldiers attack the Russian base came once again. During the fight the boy helps the soldier with his full strength. He supplies ammunition to the soldiers who are fighting in the front line. The soldiers command the boy to go to the shed because it is dangerous outside. Then he comes to the shed. He sees the commander and other soldiers in panic because the phone connection to the colonel is broken. A soldier is sent to fix the wire. Alashkov also follows him. He sees that the soldier has been seriously wounded. He asks the dying soldiers how he can fix the dead wire. He manages to connect the wire. After the phone connection is repaired, more troops are called. By his courage and intelligence, the little soldier saves everyone's life. In the next scene, we see the commander and Katya talking on the bank of a river. Now, the commander confesses his love to her and offers her to be the mother of Alashkov. Katya becomes happy, and before she agrees, a soldier approaches them and hands a letter to the commander saying that the base has been dispatched in the next day. All the soldiers along with Alashkov leave the base and move to new one. On the way, the troop comes across an ambushed area that blows off some of their vehicles. The commander is hurt and the soldier who is close with Alashkov loses his life in that explosion. Alashkov cries in fear and hugs the commander. The living troops carry the injured soldiers with them and resume their journey to the new base. Upon arriving the new base, the soldiers meet the commander's leader, the general. The general is also stunned by the ambition of the boy. The general congratulates the commander for having such a smart kid. The following day, the divisions is awarded a guard's banner and so is the boy. The boy promises to save his country after receiving the badge from the general. On night, the new base is brutally attacked by the Germans. The commander is trapped in the ruins. Alashkov cries for his father and tries to save him. He calls the other soldier who finally rescues the commander from the ruins. Again, the next day, Alashkov meets an injured commander. His hands are hurt while he was saving the commander. The boy becomes an inseparable part of the team. There is no one to take care of him, so whenever the troops move for the war, they take him. At the end of the movie, we see the regiment moving to another base. After that, we hear a voice in the background. The background voice narrates that he even took part in Stalingrad battle and reached Poland with the soldiers. He is now known as the youngest soldier of the world. In this way, the legendary story of the boy's bravery is